Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick video talking about the Tamiya Grasshopper 2. It's my review, what I thought about the kit. Is good for beginners, not so much. There's a lot of more experienced RC enthusiasts who talk about their Tamiya kits and they build them out in like 2 hours and it's done, right? I'm new. It's my first Tamiya kit. Probably took me 4 to 5 hours, and that's okay. You have to realize that I did, like, I've never built a Tamiya kit. I have to set up my camera, do all this stuff. So, maybe a little longer than some, maybe normal for a first person. But, is it a good fit for you, right? I'm trying to answer that. So, in my opinion, this is a good kit for someone who has RC experience. They've had ready to runs, but they've never built a kit and they want to get into it. Maybe it's someone who doesn't have any ready to run RCs already, but they're mechanically sound. They're good at working on things and work on, real cars and things of that nature. And that way they kind of know how to approach it. Their brain thinks a little differently, probably. But, if you don't have that background, I would probably stay away from it and get it ready to run, just because it might be a little too much. And if you're just getting into the hobby for the first time, I want you to get into a car that you're going to enjoy and not one that you're not even able to finish building and can never even drive. Yes, this thing right here drives amazing. It's fun, it's quick, it's light, bounces all over the place. It doesn't really handle well, but it puts a smile on your face, right? It's got an interesting quirk, I guess I'll call it, with it bouncing and having the solid rear agitating axle. But it makes it fun and enjoyable, which is awesome. I think everyone should have one. But is it a good first car? Depends. I will say, when I was building the kit, I went slow. I did couple steps at a time, right? I would do the gearbox, I would do the gearbox housing, and you get your chassis and the mounts to attach the gearbox, do the tires, you don't have to do this all in one go. Let me sit down, I'm gonna do this, I got the weekend off. What works for me when I work on my RCs, and not even that one, just in general, if I'm stripping a car down and I want to get in there and clean the diffs, add some new grease in, work until you get frustrated, okay? Because there's tiny screws involved, there's things you could strip or break. That would be my suggestion to you, right? It's a relatively simple build, The few things that I got hung up on was the gearbox. If you miss like some of the bearings, or there's like a copper or brass spacing that goes in there, it could mess up your gearbox, right? So then you have to take it apart, see what you did wrong because something's not lining up right. I also messed up the pinion gear on my motor. This is a rookie mistake, but yeah, you have to screw the grub screw into the flat part of the pinion gear. I swore I did that, but when I was trying to drive it, it wasn't working. And lo and behold, that was my issue. I had screwed it into the rounded part of the pinion shaft coming out of the motor, and it would drive, and then as soon as I put it under like pressure, right, so like if I would try to go fast, it would just start like stripping basically. And with it on the rounded part of the pinion shaft, it's not getting, it's too close to the gears, so it kind of bounces back. right? So you'd be driving, it would bounce back, and then you would have nothing. And then your mesh would get messed up. So that's what happened to me. I'm glad I caught it early on because, you know, a minute into driving, I knew something was wrong. Went ahead, fixed that, all good. But so that gave me some issues. Another issue is actually, before that, I'm going to talk about my upcoming giveaway. So when Relarlo launched the Omni Terminator, they had like a bunch of challenges. Some people won the Omni Terminator, some people won like batteries and all this other stuff, right? You played a little game and some people won, some people didn't. I won the carbon fiber upgrade kit, I guess, for the regular Omni Terminator, okay? Comes with carbon fiber front and rear like arms or arm plates, and then it also comes with these like carbon fiber rails that you put somewhere on the chassis. I won those. I'm not planning on buying this truck. I don't have $200 to toss at it, and you know, it's on my wish list, but by the time I get around to it, that wish list might change. Or I decide, you know, I don't want it at all. You know, like I could decide I don't want it, or I just never get the money for it, or whatever. So I'm gonna give it to one of you guys. I've had lots of support on the channel lately. Definitely appreciate it. I'm up to like 144 subs as of right now. I'm gonna post a giveaway video at 250 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Once I hit 250 subs, I will make a giveaway. Pretty straightforward. All right, back to the Grasshopper2. The next thing that gave me issues was attaching the gearbox to the chassis. So there is this little, I don't know if you can see it good, but right here you got your two screws. There's these little bent springs that go in there, and that's where your you have like this rod that goes through your gearbox that attaches. Well, I put it in there and I was like, I don't think this is right. I kept fiddling around with it, and because I had it greased up as heavily as I did or something, I could not get it to work. And I broke something. There's this little plastic knob that you put the spring on, and one of them snapped off. And I was like, crap, now I have to order a new part. Well, I was sitting down here and I was looking around at my stuff, and my fix was I had, I don't know, 50, 100 tiny little WPL screws that I had as extras. I was like, I wonder if that would fit. And I screwed it in and it fit perfectly. No issues. I got so lucky there. So I screwed that in place. Am I taking a chance with maybe the thread of the screw messing up that spring? Probably. But it works for right now. And if that happens, you know, I'll order replacement parts, but it works fine. And it's funny because like literally I was just frustrated, you know, like I said about going slow. If I took my time, if I took a break before getting to that point, I don't think it would have broke. I would have been golden. But yeah, my advice there, watch YouTube videos, take your time, make sure you have it lined up correctly, because I did not, and it broke. Plain and simple. You know, outside of that, awesome kit. Runs very well. It's just so fun to drive. It's quick with a sport tune motor. You don't need more than that. I would definitely upgrade it above the 380, unless it's for, you know, 7 to 10-year-old kid who's never had an RC car before. If they've had one, then potentially they could go up to a 540 or sport tuned, torque tuned, anything like that. But really fun kit. Make sure you know, if you're in the US at least, you get the ESC, but you're gonna need a transmitter and receiver and a battery, so be prepared for that. Again, Are you the right person for this? I'm not fully sure. If you're a seasoned vet and you're watching this, drop some more positives to this car, because, you know, there's lots of loves out there for the Grasshopper, lots of love for the Hornet. Grasshopper 2, you know, it gets some love, but not quite as much. A lot of people really like the black edition, really cool looking buggy, but I still think the regular Grasshopper 2 needs some love. And people who are researching Tamiya for the first time, what kit to build as a first one, I think it's a good option, but not everyone fits into that. It's a good option for me, you know, if that makes any sense. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Again, thank you all for the support. I hope you have a great day. See you next time.